Well, the year 2020 is winding down, and everybody's been complaining about 2020, but if you're an Echo fan, man, Echo is going out with a bang here in 2020. If you haven't been to your local Echo power equipment dealer, you really need to stop in and check out some of this cool stuff that Echo's got out now. One of the first things we're going to talk about here is the new PB-9010 backpack leaf blower. If you thought the PB-8010 was awesome and powerful, the PB-9010 is even better. Now, all they really did here was modify or change, 2 or 3 parts on the PB-8010, and they just rebranded it as the 9010. But it's a big improvement in power from the old 8010. It's hard to believe if you've ever ran one of the PB-8010s that they could get more power out of that thing, but somehow they managed to do it. And to give you an idea of what the difference is here, the PB-8010, they had that rated at 1,071 CFM. The 9010, Echo is claiming 1,110 CFM. The 8010 was rated to have a top airspeed of 211 miles an hour, and the new 9010, that tops out at 220 miles an hour. So that's a huge improvement on a blower that was already, out there as one of the top ones in the market. Now there's really not any question as to what is the most powerful backpack leaf blower on the market. I mean, this definitely blows away, pardon the pun, the Stihl BR800, even the Redmax or Husqvarna, the Husqvarna 580 BTS or the Redmax EBZ, 8550 backpack blower. Now, I mean, I'm a Husqvarna fan. I always like that I always like that 580 BTS, but that 8010 was a real head turner when you used it. It was a nice lightweight unit compared to some of the other ones out there for its size. And now that you're getting a much more powerful blower in the same package as the PB-8010, and best of all, it's still the same price as the PB-8010. $599.99 for the PB-9010. How can you turn away from that? That's just a no-brainer. If you're a landscaper or whether you're a landowner that just has a lot of leaves that you need to clean up, this is definitely the way to go. Now, if you're in the market for an 8010, they are still out there. Whatever dealers have, that is it. You can't order an 8010 anymore from Echo, and it was kind of a hush-hush thing the way they did it there. In the fall when dealers were placing their orders, the 8010 was on back order, and anybody who placed an order for the 8010, I guess they would then just receive the 9010, and then the 9010 became available to order for the dealers. So there's still a lot of 8010s out there. The 8010 is not a bad leaf blower at all. Not at all. But if you have the availability to get the 9010, you're definitely going to want to check it out, and you're probably going to want to go with it because obviously you're getting more power for the money. So moving on to another model here that's available at your local Echo dealer now is one that a lot of the chainsaw people had been talking about, that there was rumors this was going to come out. They just didn't know when. And now it's finally available at your dealer. It's the rear-handled version of the CS-2511T top-handled arborist saw. This model is known as the CS-2511P, as in pruning, and it's the same thing as the top-handled saw, just the handle goes out the back instead of on the top. If you remember a few years back, Husqvarna did something like this, where they took their T435 arborist saw and they put a rear handle on it. It's kind of the same thing here, except if you've ever ran one of the 2511Ts, you know that sucker is an itty-bitty saw, and it has plenty of power for the size of it. It fools a lot of people. A lot of people will come into the dealership, look at that thing, pick it up, and think it's a toy, and then take it out and run it, and they can't believe that it has that much power. Echo is actually claiming 1.46 horsepower out of the CS-2511P, since it's the same engine as the top-handled version. Now you guys who are wondering what the top-handled saw puts out, now you know. It's 25 cc. It weighs 5.7 pounds. This is the rear-handled version. Echo says 5.7 pounds without the bar and chain. And that's going to sell for $399.99 with a 12-inch bar, and my guess is $409.99 with a 14-inch bar, just like the regular top-handled version of it. Now, this is something that the average homeowner is probably not going to be interested in because of the cost of it. But if you're an arborist, this is going to be a great little saw for taking up in a tree or in a bucket, or doing your pruning and trimming. So it's one that again, a lot of the professionals are really waiting for. If you're a homeowner, I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're a homeowner and you're looking for a nice lightweight saw, close to the size or weight of this CS-2511P, I definitely recommend you check out the Echo CS-3510. I am still impressed with that sucker. I mean, that thing was very light as well and still had just plenty of power. It just kept cutting every time we would put it into a log. It just kept going. Now, that CS-3510 that I just talked about there, that was a new product in early 2020 that became available to dealers from Echo. And check out the videos that we have on that thing. I'm telling you, that thing is impressive. But anyway, back to this CS-2511P rear-handled chainsaw. This is going to be a popular model for the arborists and tree trimmers. It's made to compete against the MS-150 CE from Stihl, and when you compare the two, it's got a bigger engine, 25cc to 23.6 cc. It weighs less by a slight amount, 5.7 pounds to 6.1 pounds, so that's enough to make a big difference when you're waving that around in a tree. The horsepower, you got 1.46, like we said, in the CS-2511P compared to 1.33 horsepower from the Stihl. Fuel capacity, 6.4 ounces in the Echo compared to 6.7 ounces in the Stihl. The warranty, a 1-year commercial warranty from Echo on the CS-2511P compared to only 90 days from Stihl for commercial use. The Msrp is another big difference here. This is huge. Like we said, 12-inch bar on that a 12-inch bar on that CS-2511P, $399.99. 12-inch bar on that Stihl MS-150 CE, $569.95. So it's a huge difference in price there. And these specs for the Stihl, they're all coming straight from Stihl's website and from their sales literature. The stuff here from Echo, this is coming straight from Echo. So that wasn't anything we made up or that we had any parts in. We're taking exactly what the manufacturers are telling us. And just by looking at those numbers there, for that price difference and what you're getting as far as the size and the power and like the warranty, that Echo looks like a really, really impressive deal. Now, as far as availability, I know that the CS-2511P is available out there at a lot of dealerships right now. I know that because I actually have one sitting on the desk waiting for me to open it up. So they're out there. They're available for sale. Call your dealer, your local Echo dealer, see if they have one. If they don't, see if they have them ordered and they're coming in and what the ETA is. This is kind of a specialty item here, because it's something that really is really going to be popular with like the arborists and the tree care people, and not so much with the residential people or even landscapers, really, because of the price of it. But it's something that if you let your dealer know that you're interested in it, maybe they'll order one in to have there for you to check out. If not, they could at least talk to their sales rep and get one from their sales rep for you to have there to try out and check out, and definitely make sure it's something that you want. So the third new product we're going to talk about here from Echo is the new CS-4910 Chainsaw. You can kind of take a guess here at where this is going. This is going to replace the CS-490 in the Echo chainsaw lineup. Now, the CS-490 was a good, reliable, durable saw. A lot of people loved it. You could get it with an 18-inch bar, a 20-inch bar, a 16-inch bar if you really want to get down that small one. But yeah, it was a good, popular model chainsaw. Very competitive with the Husqvarna 400 series. So the CS-4510 is a 45cc saw, and this new 4910 is going to be a 50.2cc chainsaw. And Echo is calling it the lightest 50cc chainsaw on the market. Now, again, it's going to take the place of the CS-490 in the Echo lineup, and Echo says that this new 4910 has 22% more power than the CS-490. So if you're in the market for a good, durable chainsaw, in that 40 to 50cc range, and you were thinking about buying the CS-4510, you might want to think about spending a little bit more money and going with the CS-4910 now, if you can get that from your dealer. I mean, the 4510 is not a bad saw at all. The 490 was just a little bit better, but if this 4910, Echo is saying, has 22% more power than the 490, and if anybody would know, Echo would know since they build them, I think it would definitely be worth your money to jump up to that CS-4910. Retail price on that CS-4910, $359.99. So that's not a bad price at all. $360 for that CS-4910. Now, Echo compares that to the Stihl MS-271 because it's got the same displacement, but it's also about 2 pounds heavier, and it's putting out nearly the same horsepower. Again, Echo has the 5-year warranty. Stihl has the 1-year, 90-day warranty. Sorry, I should say Echo has the 5-year consumer, 1-year commercial warranty on the CS-4910. Stihl has the 1-year / 90 days on theirs, 1 year residential, 90 commercial. The Stihl MS-271 is actually $40 more. So, that 4910 is going to look good not only in the Echo lineup, but compared to your Stihl MS-271 and the other Stihls around that size. So if you're wondering what this CS-4910 would compare it to as far as the Husqvarna, you're going to have to look between the 445, the new version of the 445, that's a 50cc displacement engine, and the 450 Rancher to find a good matchup for the new CS-4910 from Echo. The displacement's going to be pretty much the same, 50.2 cc from the Echo and about that from the Husqvarna, whichever one you go with there. The weight, though, the Echo CS-4910, 10.4 pounds compared to Husqvarna at 11.2 pounds on that 445. And if you go with the horsepower, the Echo is slightly better, 3.3 horsepower to 3.2 horsepower. Fuel capacity, the CS-4910 has a much higher fuel capacity, 16.9 fluid ounces compared to 15.2 fluid ounces. Now, you might say, well, 1.7 ounces doesn't really amount to that much. Well, it does in a chainsaw. Have you ever seen how much gas you put in a tank and then how long it runs on that little bit of gas? So almost 2 ounces, that's a good bit of difference. Warranty, you get the 5 years, as we said, on the Echo for residential use, 1 year for commercial. Husqvarna, you can get up to 5 years if you buy 3 quarts or 1 gallon of their premixed fuel at the same time you buy the saw, and you get 90 days warranty for commercial use. Now, the price again here, you got $359.99 for the Echo CS-4910. You're going to be up there around $400 almost for either the 445 with the 50cc displacement engine, or a little bit more than that for the 450 Rancher. But either way, the Echo is just a little bit cheaper. And as you heard there's plenty of benefits compared to the Husqvarna, either the 445 or the 450 Rancher. And again, you've seen the videos here on our channel. I have a 445. I got the older version. Lower displacement. I'm talking about the Husqvarna 445. The one I have is an older one and lower displacement, and you can see in the videos what that thing's able to do. So now imagine this CS-4910, which is more powerful than that 445 that I'm using in that video. It's unbelievable that Echo is just, jumping up in horsepower and going down in weight and everything else with all their chainsaws now, making some huge improvements across the board. So that was the 3 main products that I want to talk about that they have just released here to dealers. Now, if you've been following along, there's other products too that I might get to later on here. But as I said earlier, there was the CS-3510 that they released earlier here in 2020, which is just, it's an unbelievably lightweight but yet powerful saw at a very, very good price with a, I believe that's got a 14-inch bar on it. Ran that one a while back, but I said it earlier here in this video, and I'll say it again. I was impressed by it. I honestly, in my personal opinion, I think that thing ran just as good as the CS-4510. It's that strong of a running saw, and definitely lighter weight than the 4510. So that's one to check out. And of course, there was the new CS-7310, their big new saw that they came out with. That thing there, that is a big powerhouse, and again, compared to the CS-800, they really lightened the saw up and added more power to it. They made it more maneuverable. They made it just easier to operate. They slimmed it down. They made it more appealing as far as the aesthetics of the saw. You know, that CS-800 just looked like a block. You know, there was nothing appealing really about it. But the new CS-7310, I mean, if you hold one of them things, even without running it, and then you pick up a CS-800, there's a huge difference there, just in the maneuverability and the weight. Then you take one out and run it, and you definitely feel the power difference between the two of them. So, the PB-9010 backpack blower, available now at Echo dealers. If it's not available at your local dealer, be patient. It will be soon. Make sure to call them and see when they're getting one in so you can go check it out. The CS-2511P, the rear-handled version of the CS-2511T top-handled arbor saw, available at dealers. Again, I know this because I actually have one sitting in front of me. If you don't see one at your dealer, ask them when they're getting it in. Tell them that you're interested in it. And the new CS-4910. Again, that one there, haven't seen that one show up at the dealer yet, but I know they were available to order recently, so they'll be hitting the dealers any day now. They'll be getting them out there to them. So if you're in the market for a chainsaw, now's a great time to buy one. Plenty of good options there from Echo. They have definitely really just jumped up their game all across the board. Chainsaws and blowers for sure. They've come along a good bit here lately in the trimmer line as well, with the SRM-2620 and a couple other models they've added to their lineup now that we'll get into at another time. But be sure here after the holidays, when you get some time, go out there and visit your local Echo dealer. If you can't get out there to them, or they're operating on some kind of funky schedule because of restrictions, because of the COVID stuff going on, or whatever, just give them a phone call. Or a lot of these dealers now, they have a Facebook page or some kind of social media page. Shoot them a message, whatever you got to do to get in contact with them and start the conversation about any of this new equipment that you're looking for. You know, it's going to be out there. You don't want to miss it. You know, you don't want to have it come into the dealership, and then by the time you get out there to go buy it or realize they had it, they're out of stock, and you got to wait for it to come back in again. So now you know a little bit more about this stuff. You know that it's out there. Go get it. And now that's going to do it for this video. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching.